Jesse Sobbing.
Jesse Sobbing in the Johnny, wow.
I guess so. Row number 2, the 8A, Dustin Anderson, and the 27, Clint Holman. Sean Harker and Cole Wayman make up row number 3 with Jackson Sadoff rounding out the field.
I'm flabbergasted. I was not expecting that.
Ditto.
All right, we got Jesse Sobbing in the 96J battling Anthony Roth. Oh, not gonna go.
We're calling that one back. Get him up, get him up, get him up. Take a drink.
Is that a chocolate malt? Are you drinking a chocolate malt, sir? That one's not gonna work either.
2 in a row, take a double, Eagle Raceway. Get him up, get him up, get him up. Take 2. All right, where are we at? I was begging our marketing director for one of those drinks.
Take number 3. Anthony Roth, Jesse Sobbing, starting this one. Roth liking the low side in the 60 IV. He's gonna close up to the top side. Sobbing's gonna battle back to the bottom. In the meantime, give the spot to 60 the 4th with a hard charging Jesse Sobbing in the 96J.
Trouble for Clint Holman. Looks like all 4 are up. Nope, he's holding his hand up. He's going up into the pits.
Yeah, I think that might have been part of the problem with those restarts. That 27 just wasn't firing off on the start. In the meantime, let's get back to the racing action. Anthony Roth holding on to the lead. Jesse Sobbing, Cole Wayman in 3rd. Wayman trying to mount a challenge on the high side. He closes to within a car length and a half of Jesse Sobbing. I keep wanting to call him the Jet, but
yeah, yes, sorry, I completely agree. I'm having the same issue, but Anthony Roth, a former track champion at Eagle Raceway, holding off the crazy 96J of Jesse Sobbing and the 18W of Cole Wayman.
See, it just doesn't sound right.
It doesn't ring off the tongue.
Oh, we got a battle back in the pack between Jackson Sadoff and Sean Harker. Jackson liking the low line. Harker got a little bit hemmed up by the 8A of Dustin Anderson, and that's going to give the advantage to Sadoff. But that middle line really worked for Harker. They're off of 3 and 4. Give the spot to him as Anthony Roth begins to check out on the field.
And what a talented heat race we've got. Former track champion Anthony Roth. Dominant wheelman Jesse Sobbing, young and up-and-coming racer Cole Wayman, winner, 2-time winner last year. Oh no, around goes Sean Harker in the 40. I was gonna say 2-time winner Dustin Anderson, and then like 3-time winner Jackson Sadoff. And then Sean Harker, he's able to get it going again, and he will rejoin the field. We'll have 2 laps left to go this time by as Anthony Roth trying to find his way around the 40 of Sean Harker. Jesse Sobbing, Cole Wayman.
Once again, off of 2, Wayman tries to close on Sobbing, but in the meantime, Sobbing's starting to close on the 60 IV of Anthony Roth. White flag coming out. Is anybody gonna have anything for Anthony Roth?
Is Roth having some handling issues? Wayman with a big move down around the low side of Jesse Sobbing.
Power move for the 18W. This time by the checkered flag is gonna fly for the 60 IV of Anthony Roth. Cole Wayman in a last-ditch effort picks up that 2nd spot. Jesse Sobbing in the 96J. Your top 3, and rounding out the top 4 is gonna be the 8A of the A-Train, Dustin Anderson. Inside row number 1, the X52 of Sean Manning to his outside, the 30 of Jordan Grabowski.
Row number 2 to the inside, the 12 of Reed Payne, and the 24T of Terry Hurt to the outside.
The Ringer Dinger Jr. starts inside row number 3, the 13J Jared Dieterding to his outside, the 4B of Brandon Verbeek starting shotgun on the field, the 5S of Bob Zoback.
Okay.
I don't think that's going to work.
Roger reminding the leaders that they start at the wheel at the implement tire. All right, that's number 6, Eagle Raceway. Get him up, get him up, get him up. Take a drink.
Well, at least we know we got enough liquor flowing to keep them warm.
So the race starts at the white implement tire coming out of turn number 4. And the 12 didn't get going that time. but Grabowski did, and that will stick. Jordan Grabowski will have the lead down the backstretch.
Where's Sean Manning? Our pole sitter didn't start with us.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Brandon Verbeek hard into the middle of turns 3 and 4, slams into the side of another car, goes around, and he is stalled on the low side exit of turn number 4, so the caution will wave. Caution is out. We completed 1 lap.
Where in the world is Sean Manning?
Where in the world is Sean Manning? Going back to green single file, 1 lap completed, heat race number 2 of your Nebraska Lottery Modifieds.
Jordan Grabowski gonna bring this one to the green flag. Reed Payne hanging on to the 2nd spot. Terry Hurt in 3rd. Jared Dieterding trying to mount a challenge for that 4th spot. In the meantime, back behind him, here comes Bob Zobek to make it a 3-car dance back in the field. Zobek's lagging the low line, trying to work his way around the 13J of Jared Dieterding, and he's gonna seal the deal on that spot. In the meantime, Jordan Grabowski hanging on to the top spot. Barely, but Terry Hurt, did you see that move through 3 and 4 to get around Reed Payne? Reed's gonna try to fight back through 3 and 4, but give the spot to Terry Hurt with a hard charging Bob Zobek sneaking up right behind that 12 machine. Give that spot to Bob Zobek with the crossover move off of 2.
Bob Zobek with a big move in turns 1 and 2, takes him the 3rd spot. Jordan Grabowski, our defending modified track champion, and picked up the win earlier this year at the Topless Nationals presented by Lighting Motorsports.
Dan, I know you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Check out that throwback jacket.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw him walking across the parking lot, and even though I'm not a Chiefs fan, I can definitely appreciate a good throwback.
Nice. Zobek almost scrapes the wall he may have scraped the wall in turns 1 and 2. Look how high those tire marks are. Verbeek almost breaks loose in the middle of 2. Meanwhile, Jordan Grabowski absolutely gone over Terry Hurt, Bob Zobek.
Trouble for the 12 of Reed Payne, had a slip of the grip through 1 and 2, drifted it too high and gave his spot away to the 13J of Jared Dieterding.
Jordan Grabowski dealing with lap traffic of Brandon Verbeek. Grabowski's gonna go to the low side. 2 laps left to go for Jordan Grabowski. IMCA National Modified Champion in 2022, Eagle Raceway Track Champion in 2022. He's leading heat race number 2.
White flag is out, 1 to go for Jordan Grabowski. Terry Hurt, Bob Zobek, and Jared Dieterding rounding out your top 4. Reed Payne 5th. Brandon Verbeek bringing up that final spot as Jordan Grabowski takes the checkered flag for a victory in heat race number 2 for your Nebraska Lottery Modifieds. Jordan Grabowski, Terry Hurt, Bob Zobek, and Jared Dieterding, your top 4. Well, it depends on what track you go to. Some places they call him Magic Mike.
Run number 3, Nate Thompson in the 3T. On his outside, Stormin Norman Ziegebein in the 1Z.
Starting shotgun on the field, the 3A of Aaron Pella.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Finally.
Green flag is out, and I got a hot chocolate
Woo,
with
it's hot.
Marshmallow whipping cream vodka. I do it for you guys. I'm sampling the product available.
All right, you sample all car races. The 8C of Chad Anderson stepping out to the early lead. Jeremy Baker trying to hang on to the 2nd spot, but Magic Mike Densberger in the McDonald's number 81 is going to take down that 2nd spot. Good battle shaping up between Baker and Thompson for the 3rd spot as Anderson continues to pull away down the backstretch. Battle for 3rd, Jeremy Baker on the low side, Nate Thompson up high. High line looking like it's working for Thompson off of 4. He's going to seal the deal on that 3rd spot as Rodney Stopek tries to mount a challenge for 4th with Baker. Baker drifts high off of 2. That's going to let Stopek try the bottom side, but Baker's going to continue to seal the deal for that 4th spot as Chad Anderson leads the way.
Over your 2021 Eagle Raceway Track Champion Mike Densberger. Nate Thompson holding on to that 3rd spot. And it's Jeremy Baker and Rodney Stopek, your top 5. By the way, these are absolutely perfect
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the hot chocolate is hitting the spot tonight, especially that marshmallow vodka.
It's like that one song said, I think it's just what I needed. 5 laps to go for the 8C of Chad Anderson, Mike Densberger, Nate Thompson, and the battle for fourth between the 3J of Jeremy Baker and the 1RS of Stopek.
Oh, Stopek breaks a little loose in the middle of 1 and 2. Baker's going to get the spot. Pella with a little bit of push on the exit of turn number 2. He fell back a little bit.
Rodney Stopek.
Densberger closes the gap on Chad Anderson.
Through 3 and 4, Anderson's going to hang on to the spot. Just a few more circuits around Eagle Raceway to try and seal the deal. What's Magic Mike going to do? Chad Anderson really likes the high side, no stranger to it in that 8C machine. Going into 3 and 4, Anderson with the advantage. Densberger's going to try it in the middle groove. He's going to stand right in there. Caden Murray waving the rocking chair. Two laps to go for Chad Anderson. White flag is out. 1 more lap for the 8C machine. 1 more chance for Densberger to try and seal the deal and steal. Coming through 3 and 4 one final time. Anderson with the advantage. He's going to take the heat race win. Mike Densberger brings it home in the 2nd spot. Nate Thompson 3rd and Jeremy Baker rounding out your top 4 for Nebraska Lottery Modified heat race number 2.
John, great race tonight. How'd you feel about the track?
It was a really nice surface. I don't race here very much, so it was a good night for us. Roger put on a hell of a show, and it's one badass racetrack for sure.
Got anybody you want to thank tonight?
Chris Hamilton with Hamilton Construction, Karsten's Trenching, Greg and Bridget Thornburg, Barnard Mower Service, Jervik Dental, my fiance, Auto Shopping, Gillen Electric, Ideas Trenching, or Ideas Tree Service, and I think that's it. I don't know.
Everybody, thanks a lot, John.
Green flag is out. Jesse Sobbing and Nate Thompson lead him down into turn 1.
Jesse Sobbing's going to have the advantage down the back straightaway. The battle's starting to heat up behind him. Nate Thompson currently holding on to that 2nd spot, but the 60 IV of Anthony Roth going to make it a battle down the front stretch. Roth down low, Thompson up high. Give the spot to Roth as they roll into 3. So it's Sobbing, Roth, Thompson. Oh no, near tough break for Cole Wayman in the 18W. He gathers it back together.
He was trying to run that Bobby Pierce line, but got a little bit too high.
Did a little too much Bobby and not enough Pearson. All right, once again, Jesse Sobbing in the lead. Anthony Roth in 2nd. Terry Hurt, where did he come from running into the 3rd spot? Jesse Sobbing hanging on to the lead. He's going to have to hold that off for 16 more circuits around Eagle Raceway. Terry Hurt in the 3rd spot, quickly being challenged by the 30 machine of Jordan Grabowski. Nate Thompson tries to take it to the outside of the 30. Heavy battles back in the pack as Jesse Sobbing continues to lead. Sobbing, Roth, Hurt, Grabowski on the high line trying to make a challenge with Terry Hurt. Into 1 and 2, great battle. Give it to Graybo off of 2, but I don't think Terry Hurt's going to give up that easily. 14 to go for Jesse Sobbing as Grabowski starts to set his sights on the 60 IV of Anthony Roth. Grabowski really liking that low line. Roth's kind of making it work anywhere that he can. High side, low side, wherever he wants to go. As Grabowski continues to close the door on the 60 IV, Jesse Sobbing continues to check out in that 96J. Looking back a little bit further in the field, we got a good battle between Chad Anderson and Cole Wayman for about the 7th spot. Looking back up front, it's Sobbing. Grabowski seals the deal off of 4, takes that 2nd spot away from Roth, but Roth's a previous track champion here at Eagle Raceway, and Again, I hate to beat a dead horse, but none of these guys are going to give up that easily as Jesse Saubing begins to close in on lap traffic. Saubing, Grabowski, Roth, Hurt. Good battle going on for 4th and 5th. Bob Zobek's going to take it on the bottom side. Nate Thompson wants to try and say something about it on the high line. Back behind those two, you've got Cole Wayman and Chad Anderson duking it out. Wayman's looking at the low line. Chad Anderson's up there in his normal zip code, closing it down on the bottom side. He's going to set his sights on Nate Thompson. Jesse Saubing now making his way into lap traffic, trying to put the 3A of Aaron Pella one lap down as Grabowski continues to try and chase him down. We got a yellow in 3 and 4. Tough break for Cole Wayman in the 18W. Sets it up against the outside wall, gets it refired. Look for any damage here. Is it flat or is it just packed full of mud? I'm thinking that must be a flat right front for the 18W as he takes it off into the pit area. That's definitely going to make things interesting as Jesse Saubing had checked out on the field and started to get into that lap traffic. Jackson sat off. Clint Holman, Brandon Verbeek, Rodney Stopek, Aaron Pella, Norm Ziegenbein, Jared Dieterding as Jesse Saubing comes back to the green flag. I'm surprised they actually did it.
Cole Wayman rejoins the field. Saubing up the racetrack out of turn number 2. Grabowski's there. Jordan Grabowski and Jesse Saubing have turned laps around racetracks in the Midwest many a time, always resulting in a great race.
Jesse Saubing trying to hold off your 2022 IMCA Modified National Champion. He's got a strong run down the backstretch. Who's it going to be through 3 and 4, Dan?
Saubing diamonds off the corner. He takes the spot back from Grabowski. Saubing now goes low, slides up the racetrack. Grabowski diamonds off turn number 2. Grabowski gets the run, but Saubing holds him off.
Not even in Vegas, and we're serving up sliders out here through 3 and 4. Grabowski tries the bottom side. Not going to be enough that time. Saubing gets back by.
Saubing now goes low in turns 1 and 2. Grabowski goes low in 1 and 2. Saubing goes high. Saubing gets the better run off the corner. He's going to add about a half a car length advantage.
Looking back at the battle for 4th and 5th, Bob Zobek's trying to make his way around Terry Hurt, and he's going to get the job done coming off of 4 that time.
Oh, Grabowski has a bad entry to the corner. He loses a lot of distance to Jesse Saubing.
Tough time to make that slip as Saubing comes around 5 to go.
Out.
Saved by the bell, maybe Jordan Grabowski. Caution coming out for the 8A of Dustin Anderson. I'm talking about like back in '06, '07. Back when the Lucky Chassis ruled the world.
The second aughts.
Yeah, the second aughts.
Not the first aughts.
Well, I think there's actually a lot of aughts before that.
Yeah, I mean there was aught 1.
Yep. But is it 19.1, 18.1? Right now it's 96 aught front.
Good start for Saubing. He'll drift up the racetrack again. Grabowski diamonds off the corner, gets a good run. He's going to pull up to the back bumper of Saubing.
You watch Saubing go into 1 that last lap. He almost made that turn about halfway down the straightaway. You can watch him do it again as he rolls into 1. Grabowski's going to have to try the high line this time. Currently, it's nothing doing. Diamond's back down to the bottom. Down the back straightaway, Saubing still holds the advantage. It's going to stay that way through 3 and 4. We'll look back a little bit further into the field as you're...
Sorry, Anthony Roth got a little loose on the exit of 4. Almost made contact with the concrete barrier to the outside on the exit of 4.
That's going to shape up into a 3-wide battle for 3rd between Roth, Zobek, and Hurt. Chad Anderson trying to stick his nose into that battle as well.
Saubing has checked out from Grabowski, but Grabowski's continuing to move his line around, trying to reel that 96J back in as we're going to come to 2 to go.
This time by 2 to go for Jesse Saubing, Jordan Grabowski, and then from there on out, who knows? Anthony Roth currently holding down that 3rd spot. Chad Anderson sneaks by Hurt and Zobek for 4th, but they continue to challenge Bob Zobek with one fast 5S. Caden Murray, white flag a-waving for Jesse Sobbing. Here we go, battle for third. Anthony Roth and Chad Anderson. Anderson takes a rare look to the low line, drifts it back up high, and he's going to take that spot. Roth does the crossover move. Meanwhile, out of 3 and 4, he had one final chance to get him, but the feature's going to go to the 96J of Jesse Sobbing. Bringing it home in the second spot will be the 30 machine of Jordan Grabowski. Third's going to go to the 60 IV of Anthony Roth. And wow, the 5S of Bob Zobek sneaks back in for a top 4 finish. Excellent, excellent Nebraska Lottery Modified feature. Truly the best of the best in the Midwest.